Invited my boyfriend on my family's small out-of-state trip after 5 years together. He revealed he felt it was weird, tearing our relationship apart. I 20F and my boyfriend 22M have been in a relationship for just under 2.5 years. I was under the impression that his family liked me a lot, and that my family like him a lot as well. We got back from a family vacation just 2 days ago, and I'm feeling conflicted about it now. To get to the story, my family invited my boyfriend to come on a vacation with us for 3 days out of our home state. It wasn't anything extravagant, just a small little trip where we went hiking and sightseeing etc. Me, my sister, my brother, and my boyfriend drove separate from my mom, dad, and grandparents. While we were driving, my boyfriend asked my siblings if they would be uncomfortable if their SOs invited them on a trip like this. My brother said that if he had only been with them for a short time, then yeah, but given our circumstances, no. Since I was the one driving, I just stayed quiet. I'll be honest, it hurt my feelings a lot, but I didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. I'm quite an overthinker. When we got to the hotel we were staying at, my boyfriend just looked like he didn't want to be there, and so I asked him if he was having fun, to which he said no, I really just don't want to be here. I was honestly taken aback because I didn't really know what to say. I started to tear up and just walked away. The rest of that trip was just silence between us, and awkward conversations between him, my dad, and my mom, as they didn't realize anything was wrong. I didn't say anything to anyone, because I didn't want to ruin the mood or cut the trip short, but when we got back home I tried talking to him about it. He said that he was just shocked he got invited to something like this and that his parents also thought it was weird. I just kind of stared at him for a second because I literally didn't understand what was so weird about it. I said if he didn't want to go, or felt uncomfortable with going, he didn't have to, and he just kind of shrugged. I just asked him to leave my house and we would talk later because I was so shocked and hurt that he and his family would call me and my family weird all for inviting him on a small trip with my family. I'm super close with his family and it's not like he doesn't know any of mine. Is it really weird to invite my boyfriend of 5 years to a small vacation? Hi all, I feel like it's kinda cliche to say that I didn't really expect for this to get as much attention as it did. I appreciate everyone taking the time to respond to me and let me know that I am in fact not crazy about this. For the update, I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible. I have not fully gotten to sit down and talk with my boyfriend yet. We spoke briefly later last night after I had made my post about how he severely hurt my feelings with what he had said, and he apologized, but it honestly just felt forced. We haven't spoken any more about it yet. For some questions like what culture are we from? We do not have any kind of ethnic background and neither of our families are religious at all. We've spent the night at each other's houses and to my knowledge he wasn't opposed to that at all. For those of you asking if he was uncomfortable about the low-cost vacation, I have no idea. His family doesn't often take vacations, but not because they can't afford it. I just don't think they want to. For those of you asking about our communication skills, this has been an outstanding problem for the majority of our relationship. I try explaining to him that we can solve problems sooner if he's open and honest, but sometimes he just doesn't speak his mind before it's too late. And last, he is very close with his family, but he was always worried that my family didn't like him. It truly just felt like a slap in the face when he didn't want to be there, as I feel like this is a refire way to say we like you. For my family. For those wondering, I do want to save this relationship if possible. I love my boyfriend and we've been through a lot together and I don't want to let go of him. And before this mess everything was fine, I just don't know what happened here. Update 1. Hey everyone, I just got done talking with my boyfriend, and I have a lot to say. This will most likely be my last update unless something huge happens, mostly because I've already come to the conclusion that this has completely opened my eyes. To start, I've seen many comments addressing a post I made a year ago. I'm not going to go too far into it as that post was a lot more dramatic and quite frankly embarrassing to me. But yes, it was about the same boyfriend, and it was about the same communication errors. I'll admit that I have attachment issues which doesn't help my situation. While I'm close with my family I don't really talk to them about relationship issues because they usually don't take it very seriously. This is just their way of lightening the mood, I guess. Other than my family I don't have a very good support system, especially when it comes to my relationships. For those who told me to have a little more self-respect, thank you for that, but also be kind. You never know what people are going through. Quite frankly I don't have a lot of self-respect but for my own issues which I'm not going to talk anymore about. For the update, I spoke to my boyfriend, and it went anything other than good. I told him once again that it hurt my feelings with what he had said during the trip and to my brother, and he said it isn't as serious as I think it is. He also said that I was dragging this out when I didn't need to, which really was an eye-opener. Considering we didn't talk about it for more than maybe 30 minutes last night, and 5 minutes the day we got home, I don't think him dragging it out. But okay, I told him that he made me feel small. He said he was just shocked that he would get invited to something like that, and felt like a part of the family. I asked him why he said he didn't want to be there and why he asked my siblings a questions like that if he was feeling happy and a part of the family, and he just said he fucked up and said dumb shit. He also told me that he's not worried about it, and hopes I get over it soon. Which, I will, but not with him by my side. A lot of people told me that coming onto Reddit was a bad idea, simply because all people would tell me is that I needed to leave him. And I should have just communicated with him. However, I feel like if I had just had this conversation without the hundreds of people telling me I wasn't crazy or reading the situation wrong, I wouldn't have decided to end things. I'm grateful to all of you who took the time to post, and you are welcome to call me dumb for not nipping this when I first knew I was unhappy. It's now my time to start healing and moving on because 500 strangers on the internet told me I deserve better, so I'm going to listen this time. Oop, oh and I'd cow I forgot to add this in the update, but one of the shining quotes after he told me I'm dragging this out, "You're acting like I fucked your mom or something." Hi all. I know I said my last post would be my last update unless something big happens, but I feel like after reading and responding to the comments I found myself becoming bitter and emotional over the situation. This is more of just a true off my chest sort of deal, or maybe me asking how I can repair the relationship I have with myself. When I look at your comments my heart aches with how stupid I was for spending over 2 years with someone who didn't value me. And now I'm struggling with the fact that I actually miss him, or at least miss who I thought he was. I will not go back, but I just can't help but feel like I could have saved it if I tried more. I know that's ignorant and naive, but the breakup just happened yesterday, and now I am feeling the aftermath. I'm not sure why these feelings are coming to me now, as I'm not sure that I'm really much lonelier outside of that relationship than I was inside of it. I just wish I had more things or more people to surround myself with. I've thought about starting to go to the gym to hopefully meet new people and get myself into a schedule to fill up the time, maybe go experience some shopping therapy. I feel like it's just going to be a couple weeks of pampering myself before I feel okay enough to move on with my life. I feel like everybody needs at least a week to be disappointed and upset about how their life is going right now, lol. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. This is seriously my last post, and I'm going to start focusing on myself now rather than living in this disgusting situation. Thanks again P.S. For those wondering how my boyfriend responded to the breakup, I actually thought he would last 2 days without trying to guilt trip me with pictures and memories of us, but just 5 minutes ago he called me and tried to get me realize my mistake. Hopefully he gets over it soon because he's kinda dragging it out. And to those who are gonna tell me to block him, I still have a lot of his things and need to return them first, after then I'll block him.